Here we go, one last time on Beat the Bookie. I'm your host, Josh Richardson. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. I did not do very well the last time I was on this show. College football was not on my side, and a man that hit 60 home runs at the most valuable position in baseball did not win MVP. But that's all right, because I'm back for one final time, ready to make some money on college basketball. Sweet 16 action in the NCAA. There isn't a better time of year. But first, we have to check on how last week went, because Adam Hipsky did not do very well in the round of 64. $49.16 the loss. Biggest one, that was a pretty big parlay, $25 lost on that. Lock of the week, Santa Clara. That didn't go very well, but you know what? I was on Santa Clara too. I had them in my bracket. Things just didn't go very well for Adam, but you know what? He'll be here. He'll get him next time, at least everybody here at CitrusTV hopes. Let's look at the standings and who's been doing pretty well and who has not. Griffin Marcy atop of that, $37.37 from a guy that gambles with Griff a lot. He sure did a good job. He's one of the best poker players I know. Drew Albaugh, $5.95. That's good. Everybody else, though, down in the red. Not a great look. And Adam really rounding out that 7 spot. Just not a very good showing from CitrusTV. We clearly haven't been on top of our game. But guess what? I'm here to change that. So now, without any further ado, let's beat the bookie.
Hey, Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
We start in the East region with the top overall seed that has certainly looked a little bit beatable, Duke and St. John's. The Johnnies are coming off probably the most electric win of the season against Kansas, but now have to wait a whole week to battle the Blue Devils. Not exactly something that piques my interest. It doesn't help them that Duke also has an outside chance of returning guard Caleb Foster after he broke his foot less than a month ago. Whether he plays or not, the thought of needing to scout for a guy like that is hard for any team. X's and O's wise, this is a very similar St. John's team that lost in the second round a year ago. They play great defense. They play at a slow pace, and they still can't shoot well. If Duke speeds them up, if Isaiah Evans hits a few threes, and if Cam Boozer does what he's done all season, Duke will dominate its way to the Elite Eight. Give me the Blue Devils at -6.5. Our next game of the week is over in the Midwest region with what will likely be the highest scoring game of the round. Michigan has been a force all year. The top team in the NCAA until Duke beat them, dominant in the front court. But what they lack is guard play. Elliot Cadeau is as inconsistent as they come, and that's where Alabama can take advantage. LeBaron Philon Jr. is one of the best shooters and scorers in the nation, and Alabama shoots a lot. They also don't play much defense. It's going to be fast-paced, it's going to be high-scoring, and that plays into the Tide's game. Give me Bama to cover basically a double-digit spread at +9.5. Just too many points. And on to the final game of the week, and for one, I am so excited for this one. Arizona against Arkansas. We'll come back to this game a few times, but I just have to say, I love Darius Acuff Jr. Man, oh man, is he fun to watch. Every shot, every move, every time I see him, he looks more and more like the most talented player in this year's draft. In the tourney, I take that talent and hope it can get me as far as possible. I don't know if they'll win, but I do know that as the SEC champ, led by Coach Cal, they will not go down without a fight. Give me the Razorbacks to cover 7.5. Now, after those 3 games of the week, let's see what the C-suite thinks. Okay. 2 out of 3. I'm all right with that. Both like Duke, both like Arkansas. Michigan, Alabama, I'm going back and forth on it a lot. It's going to be difficult for the Tide to really keep pace with Michigan. And if they start to miss some threes, it's not going to go very well. But, this is a team that shoots and has shot well all season. All they have to do is perform in one more game against the Wolverines. I don't know if they're going to win, but I do think they keep it close, at least in single digits. So you know what? 2 out of 3 on the C-suite, not that bad. Off of our games of the week, now to the rest of the slate. This matchup is between 2 teams that I simply don't trust. You can't play bad most of January and February, catch a groove in the conference tournament, and expect to go far in the dance. Yes, I'm talking about Purdue. At the same time, you get a favorable draw with a first four team that's biggest test of the year was in the last round against the team that consistently underperforms in March. I think it stays close. They say that Cinderellas are dead, maybe so, but they aren't going down without a fight. The Horns stay up, at least for now, and they cover +7.5. Battle of the Big Ten. This one doesn't need much explaining. Nebraska is the better team. Iowa has been so good at home, so good at slowing down the pace of play. Yeah, well, Nebraska has the shooting and efficient shot making to negate that and make every possession as useful as possible. Florida relied on the quantity of possessions. Maybe they don't score instantly, but they definitely will the more and more opportunities you give them. Nebraska's offense is straight up efficiency. The team that had never won a tournament game before this year keeps on dancing to the Elite Eight and wins by at least 2. Now this one could bite me. Every single year since 2021, I have picked Kelvin Sampson and the Cougars to make a run to, at minimum, the Final Four. Of course, last year when they make it to the championship is the one year that I had them winning the entire thing. I looked at myself before Selection Sunday, and I said to myself that this wasn't the year for them. They're just too young. They just don't have it. And I meant it. And then I saw the bracket, and I drank the Kool-Aid once again. The Cougars roll to the Elite Eight, and it won't end there. Houston covers, and we'll move on to the later rounds. Now let's make this one quick. January, February, Izzo, April. Michigan State is too talented. The Big Ten was a bloodbath this year, and they held their own. This is not the UConn of old, the team that won back-to-back national championships. Furman was a challenge. They could never fully shake UCLA, and now Michigan has all the tools to move on. Not only do I like them as dogs against the spread, Spartans money line to set up a great rematch from the 2019 Elite Eight. Last one, last game. Tennessee should barely be here. The Volunteers just snuck past the Cavaliers last weekend and gave Virginia every chance imaginable to win that game. I'm high on Iowa State. They look like the best team in college hoops against Kentucky in that second half, and that carries over against an inconsistent Tennessee squad. Lock it in, ISU -4.5. Now, speaking of locks, we'll move to my guarantee of the week. And for that, I said we would go back to it. Arkansas, Arizona, two fast-paced teams, exciting offenses. You have to take the over with these guys on the court. I teased it down a few points. Can't roll out a lock without making it a little bit easier on ourselves. Acuff will shine, the Wildcats will put up a fight, but Coach Cal will continue his run and continue to show that going deep in the tournament is as much about the guys in suits on the sidelines than it is between those between the lines. I'm taking Arkansas money line as my underdog of the week, and I'm also taking them as the over in that game because Arkansas simply too good to lose that game. And now my future bet. I have to go with my national champion. I've said it before, sometimes Iowa State just looks like the best team on planet Earth. If they can get past Michigan, and that's a big if, because the Wolverines have been good, the title is theirs for the taking. I've been on the Cyclone train since January. They are my pick to win in nearly every bracket that I've done, and I will have to stick with them now. Iowa State will be your national champion. Before we go on to look at all the futures from this semester, we have to acknowledge the horrendous failures that failed this week. Luke Burgess had Kansas to the Final Four. Wow, that did not go well for Luke. And of course, now with all of the rest of the futures, gonna be a little difficult because UCLA women's basketball, that could happen, but UConn just looks so good. Of course, Gabe had to go with a Masters, bet Aberg to win the Masters. I like it, but obviously some good value there. And then Adam Hipsky, Houston to win the Natty. Look, Adam, I've been there, I understand it. I just don't know. I really do hope for the sake of some of my brackets, but at least if they can get there, I do have them losing to Iowa State. We'll see. At least we've got 2 races in the futures train on different teams to win the NCAA tournament. But that's enough talk for the futures. Now it's time for my parlay. It's the best part of gambling. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Let's get right into the first leg. Boom, let's see it. Alabama race to 10. I talked about this one's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be high-scoring. Well, when you give a team that plays at the fastest pace and shoots the 3 better than just about anybody plus money to just get a couple points on the board, absolutely taking that. Bama on the race to 10. Next leg, let's see it. Oh, we're staying on the race to 10. We're going with Nebraska because this Cornhuskers team can shoot, and they can shoot with anybody. Iowa is going to slow the pace down. They're going to keep it under control. They're not going to be trying to score a whole lot of points. They're going to win the game on defense. That's not going to work this time. Nebraska wins the race to 10 in that one as well. Next leg, let's see it. This one should be a lock. Purdue money line. I like them. I don't like them that much to go much further after this, but when you have this against a Texas team that just isn't that good, they're an 11 seed, they're just squeaking by, they're just making it. This is where their season comes to an end. Purdue gets the better of them here. This is the one that I like the most. This one, obviously, to try and get a lot of value. Nebraska's going to be easy. Purdue should be easy as well. And then the last leg, let's see it. Under 135.5 in UConn and Michigan State. This is just one of those games that have 2 great coaches that are just going to clash and clash and clash. I really like that game going under. Not a lot of points are going to get scored. It's going to go well for anybody that bets the under. Overall in the parlay, 5 to win 51. I like it. I like it a lot. This parlay could make a lot of money for all of us here at Beat the Bookie. And now let's go over all of the picks for this one because we have to just recap everything here. Duke minus 6.5. Michigan not going to be able to cover in this one. Alabama plus 9.5. Arkansas plus 7.5. Texas plus 7.5. Those top 3 games of the week. Texas covers, but Purdue will end up winning. Next set, Nebraska minus 1.5 against Iowa. We got Houston minus 2.5 against Illinois. Michigan State straight money line against UConn. I think they get it done. And then Iowa State minus 4.5 against Tennessee. More on Iowa State in a little bit. Next set that we've got here on Beat the Bookie, we've got the over 163.5, Arkansas, Arizona. That'll be a good game. Arkansas money line at plus 285. That is the underdog of the week. And then Iowa State, $10 on that to win the national championship. That could make some coin for us. And then, of course, the parlay at plus 1026 odds. Decent leg. That's why we only did $5 on it. But 4 things that I really like. So a whole lot of college basketball, a whole lot of action in the NCAA this weekend, and we get to watch all of it. I hope you guys bet everything with me. I'll see you on the other side.